How can firms keep up to date with advancements in AI? Because that's a constant challenge, especially if you're progressing into more of a leadership role when you're away from the tools, should we say. That's the hard bit, isn't it? To get that fine line.
Yeah.
What's your advice there?
Look, we're all struggling these days. It's changing every day. There's more and more out there. Fortunately, there are a lot of nice resources as well. Some of them are enabled by the tools themselves. A lot of great summarization newsletters, like AI News is a great resource that what's happening in Reddit and what's happening in GitHub and what's happening across social media. I found that to be a very helpful kind of aggregation summarization that I can look into daily. Reddit is obviously another place to look. We have the fortunate place and platform to meet with a lot of vendors and a lot of innovators and builders out there. So that is another aspect where we keep learning about what exists out there and then bring it back to the teams we're working with. Conferences could still be a great place. Of course, things are moving so fast now online that it feels like the conferences are lagging behind. But you can still establish these new connections and have a single venue where you see more names and more players out there, and it can be quite useful. And then we are bringing all of that back together, let's say, to our working groups, to our shared forums, where we can disseminate some of the learnings and learn from each other, to be honest. The more people you have in your network, the more you get to cover. And then we constantly think about how to stay ahead, not just stay in line with what's happening. And I think doing all of these things and then keeping an eye out across the organization for what people seeing and bringing it all back together to consult and to collaborate on efforts, it just multiplies our coverage.
Brilliant. And cool. That's a wrap then. Really appreciate your time, Limor, today. It's been a pleasure having you on. Some really great insights there.
It was my pleasure. Thank you, Ben.
Brilliant. Thank you.